That's common. It's not always hypothyroidism, it's common. My nails are breaking. My skin is so dry, I can't keep my skin moisturised. So dry, they're just coating themselves in moisturiser. Headaches, it's another symptom actually of hypothyroidism. Leaky gut, remember the abrasive gut, stainless steel in your gut from grains? With essential fatty acid deficiency, because there's leaky gut there, remember that there's a hard time absorbing the fats? Now, it may not be diarrhea. It could actually be constipation because they're hypothyroid. But they might also have loose motions. If they've got leaky gut, it might be just loose motions, which means that all the nutrients that they're eating is just being flushed straight out. Fat-poor diet. Inflammation. So in particular, insulin resistance. Does anyone know what insulin resistance is? Does anyone know what that is? It's basically the condition before diabetes. Okay, so there's too much sugar in the diet. Oh, but I don't eat any sugar. I don't eat lollies and I don't eat soft drinks. So where's the sugar coming from?
Bread.
Yes, bread. Why? Because grains are predominantly carbohydrate. So when you eat bread in particular, because it's already been through a lot of processing, when you eat pasta, when you eat a bowl of pasta, it's about equivalent to a cup of sugar. So all those people who think they're eating a healthy diet, because they're doing what Mr. Ansel Keys told us to do, right? Cut fat out of the diet. So what do you eat instead? Carbohydrates. You need a bowl of pasta, you need bread. They're going to have insulin resistance. Now, again, this may not be something that gets picked up on a medical test or anything, but they're going to have a hard time making thyroid hormone as well, because this actually feeds into making thyroid hormone. So one of the best things that you can do is get people on a whole foods, good fat, low grain diet. Okay, so what's the solution? I've already given you the lifestyle stuff around the diet, but the big one with this particular condition is eat good fats. And I promise you, it's going to take you a while to really understand how much fat you really need to eat. I'm still telling my clients 6 months on, you're not eating enough fat. Not eating enough fat. If you're craving carbohydrates, if you're craving sugar, if your skin is still dry, you are not eating enough fat. Oh, but I'm putting a quarter of a block of butter on my dinner. You're not eating enough fat. It's amazing, actually, how fat deficient we really are. So, hold on to that one with essential fatty acid deficiency, okay? Eczema. What's the problem? There's too much histamine here. Histamine is an immune response by the body. It is also a brain chemical. If you've got too much histamine, a really typical scenario is anxiety. So a lot of these people with eczema have anxiety as well. They might also have food allergies and hay fever. They've probably got hypothyroidism, probably because they live in Australia. They've also got leaky gut, IBS, or dysbiosis. It's another word for infection, gut infection. There's definitely a fat-poor diet here, because with eczema, the integrity of the skin is breaking apart. So those fat-soluble nutrients are missing. The phosphatidylcholine is often very low. And typically there'll be some deficiencies in zinc, vitamin A. So again, you know, with your eczema, you're probably going to be putting vitamin A, you're probably going to be putting zinc into their serums. So if you're putting it into their serum, think about telling them to eat it as well. So what's the key point? Natural antihistamines are a good thing to include. You can probably put this into their serums as well, depending on the person. But natural antihistamines, lots of vitamin C. That's an easy one to do. They can just bucket load in vitamin C. And this is in addition to those earlier slides. They've got to get the diet right. They've got to get the diet right. They've got to get this stress under control. Okay, psoriasis. What's the cause? Do you want to know what the cause is? There probably is too much acidity. Too quick? Yeah. Do you know what causes that? Yes, fatty acid deficiency is definitely part of it. It's a common theme, right? I mean, these conditions are often at the core of it. The problem is actually often the same. The manifestation, or how it looks, is probably due to genes. So I might get eczema and the next person might get psoriasis, but the underlying problem is fixed with the same thing. It's a bit like the Dermovigil's philosophy, isn't it? We're often using the same things for different conditions. It's because it's the genetic expression that's different. So actually, with psoriasis, one of the big things here is liver. Liver in particular is a big problem. Now, alcohol consumption is common. It's not always the problem, but liver is a big part of the psoriasis story. Remember that liver is an organ of elimination. The organ's not working properly, so the skin takes over. So whenever you see someone with psoriasis, you immediately think the liver's not working properly. So you're going to recommend whole foods, low inflammation, low grain, high fat type of diet. And you're going to help them to, or encourage them to remove wheat or grains, gluten out of their diet. But you would also ask them, or you might suggest, to reduce their alcohol consumption. Selenium and vitamin A is also a problem. And you're probably going to put vitamin A into their serum at some stage in their treatment. So you want to encourage them to look for high vitamin A foods. Does anyone know which foods are the best for vitamin A?
Capsicum.
Oh, capsicum. Beta-carotene. So it's a precursor to vitamin A. You're going to love this one. The best source of vitamin A is the liver of an animal. Remember the nomadic man? He's eating everything.
I'll eat capsicum.
Just a hint on that, if you want to incorporate organ foods into your diet, a really good way to do that is start off small, low, slow, and chop up like maybe a chicken liver, organic by the way, because remember livers are an organ of elimination, so you want to make sure it's organic, because there's other
an organic chicken liver.
Where?
Yeah.
Organic food store. You can also go online. There's organic butchers online. Yeah, for sure. Check them out. They're going to be pretty competitively priced as well. Buy some chicken livers and fry them up, chop them up and fry them up, and then mix it in with mince and make a hamburger. And you won't even know it's in there, and you'll be getting all the vitamin A that you need, and you don't need to supplement. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Sunlight, actually. Now, I think most of you guys already know this. I'm sure you're probably seeing people who are under sunlight therapy, but vitamin D synthesis is a problem. And vitamin D, remember, is a fat-soluble vitamin. Where do you get vitamin D from, by the way, in food? Any ideas? So sunlight, we know. What about from food?
Milk, oily fishes.
Yeah, milk, yes. But the best source? Egg yolks, which is also rich in phosphatidylcholine. So who said that egg yolks shouldn't be part of our diet? Ansel Keys, that's right. And so have all the doctors for the last 40 years. By the way, the mainstream medical dietary guidelines took off the recommendation that we shouldn't be eating egg yolk. It's 10 years ago. But we still have doctors telling our clients to stop eating the egg yolks because it's going to give them high cholesterol. It's rubbish. It's all over, and it has been for like 10 years. So eat egg yolks, please, eat egg yolks. And the best way to eat them, sunny side up, fry the white bit, keep the egg yolk running. It's the healthiest way to eat them, to get all the phosphatidylcholine into your diet. Okay, the problem with dermatitis, particularly perioral dermatitis. This is very much a hormonal condition, but what I would say is that it's very much a reactive condition to chemicals, skin chemicals, or chemicals in skin care. So you definitely want to make sure that they're on a really good skincare regime. Get out all the other stuff as well. Like